Well, welcome back, everybody. We made it through round one with Intel, but if you're first time here, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. That'll get us out there so that way YouTube knows that we're real. For some reason, I guess they don't know we're real, but who knows? At least, make sure you get your drink and snacks because, like I said, this is an all-day event. Somewhat, but I have to take breaks in the middle, in between keynotes. So, but anyway, I'm glad to have y'all here. And hopefully y'all are sticking with us because the party doesn't end. It keeps going on and on and on. And yeah, I was reading some of the comments that were left on the last video that people were disappointed that there's a 4-hour gap in between AMD and Intel or NVIDIA because NVIDIA is going to be doing theirs at 6 o'clock p.m. I do understand that, but there's not much I can do there because that's NVIDIA. They always do theirs late for some reason. So, moving off from that, let's hope YouTube doesn't do and throw us a couple curveballs like they tried to. But I'm glad I didn't do a full 12-hour stream, is because then we would probably run into problems with YouTube. So, keeping that in mind, now, getting to the brass tacks of it all. And I know I hope y'all are listening in and everything else. I hope AMD's got a lot of things cooking on its plate that they're going to present today. From what I'm hearing, they might do some X3D processors. They might do some non-X processors. They might do some X processors. Who knows? I like to see them do some of the non-X processors because it seems like the 8000 series in the CPU department was that they only did the G series. And also too, if I remember right, they did some non-G series. They did an F series. I think it was 8400. Y'all can quote me down there in the comments about that. Because I seen something about it, but most of those F series chips were for the for consumer all-in-one systems. I think they were having those for. They're not box. They're tray CPUs. So I don't know what they were thinking about that. Maybe one of these days we'll find out, but I've seen a couple tests on them and they're nothing to be really worried about wanting to get or anything else because they look like they almost operated like they were the Ryzen 5 5500. Somewhere in there. Performance is not that great on them, so. But the best performer they got on their market right now is the 9800 X3D. So, but we'll have to see how the 9950 X3D is going to pan out if they come out with it sooner or later. I would like to see. And yeah, y'all are wondering, well, Jay, why'd you start early? Well, I started early because I wanted to make sure the stream was solid. and gives everybody enough time to get over here, to join in, to, get into the excitement for the new AMD products. I know everybody was excited about the Intel products, but that kind of fell through. So, but let's see. Lisa Sue. She's always going to have something cooking. Even though that, now these days with inflation and everything else, to everybody it doesn't seem like it's really getting there, but soon enough, within a matter of 3 or 4 months after the launch, the products will start rolling out. You have to have patience and time. And when it comes to their whole GPU lineup, I tell everybody like this. Don't buy the first one that they put out. Don't ever buy the first one they put out. Always wait until the whole stack comes out and it's on the market before you decide to buy. But if you got one that's going to get you by for this new generation coming up, then, stick with the GPU you got. There's no sense of switching out. Not unless Microsoft requirements require you to have an APU. Or not an APU, NPU processor. You have to have that chip on your graphics card in order for it to work. Not unless AMD does something miraculous to where they put the NPU on the CPU and it coordinates with the GPUs, so you don't have to spend as much money as you would to buy another GPU, buy a new CPU, get that all-in-one kind of thing. I know that seems like it's a drop in a bucket right now, but I'm kind of hoping they do something like that. I really do. Hello, Sadet. Welcome back. But that's what I was hoping for, that AMD would come out with. They might come out with it. An NPU built onto the CPU to where it will coordinate the GPU, and we don't have to spend an arm and a leg for a new GPU with an NPU processor on it. Thank you, Machine. Yeah, I was worried about the stream a little bit too, bro. I was worried about the stream a little bit, because it kind of cut off and on a couple times on the Intel stream. So let's hope that it doesn't happen during this one, which it shouldn't. And also too, if you all want to be a part of Discord, just let me know. But what we'll do is we'll post a link for you if this is your first time here and you want to be a part of the Discord family. Then what we can do is we can put a link in there for you, which I'm working up right now, to get you all in there. And do remember, when you sign up to the Discord, you're going to come into the first channel, which is going to be JJ's PC channel. That's the opening page. Now, we all chat on what we call the hashtag general text chat. That's where we all chat at. So it'll have on the left, it'll have different links for like PC parts and stuff like that. Just look on the text channels and look for the general text chat. That's where we all talk. So just to let you know. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a new link. Seems Discord's not not where you can take and just pick up off of the old link. But we'll get past that. I'll put in there my I'll put our Discord channel link. And I do that, and then I hit that. So that way y'all got the link. It's in the chat. If you wish, you can link on it and you can go over to our Discord page. The fun never stops when it comes to JJ's PC builds. I'm on the Discord channel day in and day out. If anybody has any questions or concerns about, PC parts and stuff like that, we talk about it over there. So it's always a learning situation. If anybody can ask the questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. My whole purpose of starting this was back a couple years ago. I wasn't liking the fact of how reviewers were doing and giving information on PC parts. To some reason, some of it was misleading. Is because the way they were reviewing the PC parts and giving the graphs, you're like, okay, you give us the answer to the equation, but where is the breakdown of the benchmarking? And what did you do to benchmark your GPU or any of your hardware in your PC? Where's the formulas? Where can we do the same thing to test ours? And that's something I've been dealing with the last couple years, was looking at the fact of they're not giving the answers, and there's a lot of confusion. And what, you just watch a video just because they do it, or because you're trying to learn, and you can't learn if they give you half of the equation where things go, or they're not showing you where parts go for you to understand why it goes there, and stuff like that. So I want to do it differently. I want to take you all along when I benchmark PC parts and keep you right into the loop. And when I bench PC parts, I do it on screen. I'm not holding a camera. I do it right directly on screen. So you see all the caption, you see what I'm doing, everything. So you're not missing anything. AMD needs a good budget GPU. I do agree. Hello there, DJ. Good to see you. 5080 is mine. Good deal. Let's hope it's not $1,400 to $1,600 now when it comes to that, but you know how that goes. One thing that bothered me with what I've been hearing about in the leaks was they were talking about that AMD's 9070 and going upwards, they were going to go in between $500 and $600. That's not bad, but that's where I kind of cut the line, because a lot of people don't want to go over $600 to buy a GPU. If you're going to go over $600 to buy a GPU, that's kind of ridiculous to me. If you go over $600 to buy a GPU, That's like the cost, that's almost the semi cost of your system. When you pay $1,000 to $1,500, you bought a whole PC in one part. That's not good. Let's see what we can see. You're not in Vegas. No, I'm not in Vegas. I'm at home. I'm doing everything from home. Maybe next year I will do the Vegas thing. I've been considering to do it. So next year I'll be considering to probably doing the Vegas thing. Going down by this decision, I best vlogger, tech blogger, not invaded to CES. Invited, yeah. Well, no, they didn't invite me because basically I don't have enough subscribers for these companies to warrant to even, look at my channel. Not yet, but I am working towards that positive moment to where we have enough on the channel that these big companies recognizes this channel. So yeah, we're working towards it. Machine, you're still wanting that 5070 Ti. I've been stoking you up about that one. And truthfully, I've been thinking about that one too. AMD needs X3Ds at all level of CPUs. Cheap, mid, and high end. Yeah, I do agree, pseudoscientist. But you know what I even more agree to? How come they can't take that extra cash and put it on the GPU? You know how they took and they did the new 9800X3D, putting the cache underneath the cores? Why couldn't they do that with the GPU to give it more performance? That would be something they need to look into. I think that if they did that, it would open up a whole new ball game for AMD. They can come out with X3D GPUs. That would be a new thing. It's just a thought. I'm putting the thought out there so AMD can listen. X3D GPUs. That would be something. $9,800X3D costs $809 here. That, Kifa, that is bad. That's you're best off if you're going to pay that price for that. You're best off to wait until 2026. I hate to say that, because I know some people want it. Best off to wait till 2026, and then things will start calming down. So I think this year is the year that they're going to break loose with a bunch of products, and next year it's going to calm down and everybody's going to be able to buy it at a decent price. I kind of have that feeling. So, Sherman, welcome back. Anything about Samsung 9100 Pro SSD? I haven't heard anything yet, but I would imagine I'll definitely look into that, and I'll let you guys know next Saturday on the live stream. I do once a week live stream every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, not 12 a.m., 12 p.m. So you guys can always join in there, and if you want to, put your thoughts in and you want to ask questions and stuff, you can do it there as well. Because I do that live stream specifically for those purposes. In my country, minimum wage is $625. Whoa, wow. That's a hell of a minimum wage. If that's per hour, that'd be great. 5080 is nothing but a miracle for the U.S. I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that just right yet because we heard all the leaks that been going around and the pricing that's been going around. We don't know for exact sure if it's going to be a sure thing until it's on the bench and it gets tested, and is it going to be great or not? It could wind up being a dud. You don't know. This is a gamble right now. Everybody's gambling the fact of if these graphics cards are going to be great or not. So it's a big gamble, especially with the amount of money that they want for it. Might meet you there, Jay. You probably will there, machine. You heard. Click subscribe button, guys. Please hit that subscribe. Would appreciate it. At will, not giving more performance if the add cache in GPU. Well, if it's gonna eliminate the latency and the bottlenecking, yeah, I would say that it would be a plus, because then your GPU works less and gives you better textures and better performance on speed and gives you better FPS. Yes, I would say that the extra cache might be a uplift to the bottlenecking. So, the MCD has 16 megabytes of L3 cache each for a total of 96 megabytes on RX 7900 XTX. Yeah. But now these days they've been kind of chopping away back at it a little bit, and they haven't been giving that much. So his 12 a.m. show has no shirt on. What? I got my shirt on. Pseudoscientist. I got my shirt on. Okay. Oh, per month. Per month. Wow, that's not good. That's not good, Ali, if that's per month. I'm waiting for the 9950 X3D pre-order. Sherman, I wish you the best of luck on that, and hopefully that the scalpers don't get their hands on it before you can get your hands on it, because I know that they're going to be like bottlenecked right to, all these main retailers. If you got a micro center that's close to you, you might have a better shot at, getting one there. Because I've noticed with micro center that they had a few decent priced B580s. So let's hope that with the rest of the hardware that comes out, that micro center holds on to that lead when it comes to having, their hands on the hardware. But obviously, the 9800 X3D, they've been out for a little while. Not unless they got replenished, but we're all waiting to find out when AMD is going to do that. So, help a lot in channel, guys. Jay, 15 new subs so far. Let's go. Yay. Thank you all for subscribing, and I do appreciate it. It helps us get to our next mark, which will be 1,000 subscribers. But if you can do me the favor and put a like on all the videos, I got more than... I lost count after 500, but I'm sure I have close to 8, 9, maybe 900 to almost 1,000 videos. So, help us out here. Just all you got to do is watch the video. The only thing that it costs to watch a video is time, and that's the only thing that costs. I don't charge anybody for watching a video or anything else, so all my videos are free. You can watch them at any time you want, and all the live streams are pre-recorded, so basically from the time I first started doing live streams up to now are all recorded, and they're on YouTube. They're on my main page. You can go look at them if you wish. So, it was a bad joke. I laughed. Okay, well, ooh. Oh, okay, I got you now, pseudoscientist. I got you now. Yeah, I look at Newegg. Well, I look when I do Graphics Card Nightmare, which has over 100 plus episodes. I look at Amazon, Newegg, Micro Center. I look at all three when it comes to the graphics cards. Now, sooner or later, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to come up with another series that's going to deal with CPU processors. So we can take a gander on looking at the side of the CPU as well as the side of the GPUs. So I am going to be working on that soon. That's going to be coming up in a futuristic kind of thing. But I want to, make sure that, y'all like the graphics card nightmare one, but you obviously do. We're gaining speed with that. So, but what's most important when it comes to your CPUs is your motherboard. The one thing that everybody neglects is the motherboard. When they go to purchase a CPU, they say, okay, well, I like this CPU, but there's a problem. Uh-oh. Got to mute that. So that way there's no backfeeding. We got about 10 minutes left before AMD starts their shoe. So we got about 10 minutes left, and they're going to be starting theirs, maybe sooner. So as soon as they get started, we'll switch over to it. And through the whole presentation, guys, I'm going to bring this to you. Through the whole presentation, I'm not going to be chattering in the background. I'm going to have my mic muted, and I'm going to be chatting in the chat with you all. So that's where you're going to see me, is in the chat with you and listening to what they got to say at AMD. So that way you can enjoy listening to what they got to say at AMD, and also too you can enjoy at the same time me chatting with you in the local chat here. So before they get started, I'll look at a couple more things here. I'm reading you guys' posts. I'm always keeping focus on you guys and your post. So, how much you want to be that the 9070 will be $50 less than the 9070 XT? There's not much of a bet there, bro. How much you want to bet even more that they're going to cut $70 off of the 9070 because first day sales are not going to hit, and they're going to knock $70 off, and then everybody's going to run towards it. Like they did, the 7600 XT, if I remember right. They did that with, and they dropped the price off of, like, $20 or $30 or something like that. What do you think about MSI's X870 motherboards? I think they nailed it. I think, Ali, you're right. I think they did nail it, especially with all the bells and whistles they got in the BIOS. Yeah, I think they did nail it. But me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I just keep leaning towards Asus for some reason, but something tells me I'm going to be leaning more towards MSI this time. For this new chapter coming up in 2025. Even though I run an Asus motherboard, I might be looking to lean towards MSI and see what they got cooking. So, yeah. I do agree with you 100% in that. Pseudoscientist says, I suggest you got to buy or order a 7800X3D or a 9800X3D if that's what you plan on getting. Supply is very low. Well, the supply might be low, but it's a new product that's out on the market right now, pseudoscientist. So I doubt that the 9800X3D is going to go bye-bye anytime soon. I just think they're dripping these products out. They're not slamming the market and overwhelming the market. They're dripping it out. One, it could be because of the scalpers. That could be one. Or two, that they're only building so much, so that way they're not losing their bottom line to their investors. That could be it too. They don't want to sit on products that could be making them money, so they're taking a new approach by dripping the product out and having little bits made each time. That's pretty much what it's coming down to, the way I see it. Don't need a new CPU right now, so I would pay about $330 for a 9800X3D now. I can remember when they had the 7800X3D at $308. So who's to say that 9800X3D ain't going to come down to that price? Maybe you got to wait 2 years, but yeah. That's about how long you had to wait until the 7800X3D hit that price. So it might be a 2-year thing. Sherman says, I'm thinking about going all NVIDIA GPU graphics card to do graphics card 2. AMD's not Gen 5, still DDR6. Or it's still Gen 5 and DDR5. Yeah, I got you. I do agree with that. But also, too, going with NVIDIA at this point, with them coming up with the seventh the VRAM being on GDDR7 instead of going with AMD on GDDR6, you're looking at about a 1.5% drop in the uplift. That's not. That's the reason why I'm not calling it quits with AMD, but I'm not gonna put myself out there about them just yet. The benchmarks are going to tell it all. That's the only way you're going to know. The benchmarks are going to tell it all. And you're not going to see nothing great if the benchmarks don't make the cut. So most will want an X3D CPU, yeah. You know, it'd be really amazing from AMD if they took one of their X processors, not the X3D, just an X processor, and at least put at least double the amount of the current cache that they have on it right now and double it up. At least put you halfway closer to an X3D. And then with their non-X3Ds, that they put the same amount that they put on the X. Instead of giving you 16 megs on the non-X, giving you 32 or 36 on the X, and giving you 96 to 104 on the X3D. It would be only fair if they did it that way. Because they're on a new platform. They're coming out with the AM6 processors on an AM5 platform, but they're not giving you 32 to 36 megs of cache on these new processors that are non-X processors, which are supposed to be coming out in 2025 sometime. Who knows? So it's something to think about. Nintendo put a patent in on the Pokeballs or something. So the Pal World makers changed the way of summoning. Well, that's something beyond me. I haven't got it. I don't even know a lot about Pal World. But I do know about Second Life. How about that? And it's 2 minutes till time. Let's see. I'm just waiting for AMD to go live, everybody. That's all I'm waiting for. And then we'll switch over, and I'll mute my mic, and then I'll be in the chat with you all. So I'm surprised, there was a lot of people that were in the first stream. There's a lot of people in the first stream. I guess they were kind of hopeful there's something good coming out with Intel, but I guess AMD don't have that many for their stream. We're only up to 25. So I could, talking about Nintendo, I can remember back almost 47 years ago. I know, you guys are like, oh my God, Jay, you're that old. Oh my God. No, I'm older than 47. Was it 47 or 42 years ago? Can't remember, but when I was a kid, I had a stack of Nintendo games. I'd play nothing but Nintendo. This was before the internet even come out. This is just console gaming. No internet, no nada, just console gaming. It's everything everybody did. All my friends, console gaming. They would sit and do their thing, drink beer, whatever. That's just them. That's how they were. And they would sit there and play Super Mario Brothers until they can defeat, the head dragon. And I'm like, God, you guys are so addicted to this thing. And they're like, yeah, we want to win. Okay, it looks like AMD's going to get ready to start. Let's go ahead and flip over there. I'm going to mute my mic and do enjoy.
Powering the technology you use every day. From data centers to your personal device. Automotive to automation. Curiosity to creativity. Business to breathtaking. AI to awe. And we're just getting started. AMD. Together we advance.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Every year, CES turns Vegas into a world of possibility, where the only limit to our future technology is our imagination. At AMD, we've been relentlessly pushing the boundaries of high-performance computing. We are the powerhouse behind the technology you interact with every single day, helping people and enterprises rethink what computing can do for them. We power the laptops and workstations that fuel your creativity, to the consoles where you game and unwind, with high-performance processors and graphics that make the impossible possible. We power cars, manufacturing devices, surgical robotics, and communication towers. In Japan, we power train safety by enabling AI-driven track inspections to drive operational efficiencies. Our technology is revolutionizing industries like fish farming with touchless systems that ensure sustainability in a world where sea temperatures continue to rise. We also power the most fascinating research projects in the world, like the European Organization for Nuclear Research, which uses AMD technology to process massive quantities of data in the quest for clues on the origins of the universe. Whether you know it or not, you probably interact with AMD technology every day as we continue to push the boundaries of what computing can do to advance the world around us. And we're just getting started. Today, I'd like to zero in on end-user devices across gaming, AI PCs, and the enterprise, showing how AMD will change the way you work, play, and create. Thank you all for joining us. Let's get started with gaming. We recently launched the world's best gaming processor with the Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, a tribute to the gamer's pursuit of perfection. Ever since we launched the 9800 X3D, gamers all around the world have been blown away at the leap in gaming performance. The community has been asking whether we can take one more leap forward with creator applications to push the boundaries even further. And today, I'm super excited to announce that we're taking the technology in the 9800 X3D into a new 16-core processor. When you're a creator, every second of your time is valuable. We are delivering the next frontier in content creation. Welcome to the new Ryzen 9 9950 X3D processor. Combine the best technology for gaming and the best technology for creators into a single package. On the left side, we've got an 8-core CCD and a bonded 3D SRAM. On the right side, we have an additional 8 Zen 5 cores that can reach the highest frequency possible. This combination gives you the highest core count when you need it, the highest cache size when your application requires it, and the highest frequency when your workload demands it. The new 9950 X3D is simply the world's best 16-core gaming processor. It delivers an average 8% performance increase across a broad range of titles over our prior generation. Personally, I've been playing some of my favorite games, such as Hogwarts Legacy and Space Marine 2, and seeing over 20% performance increase over the 7950 X3D. We also tested Intel's new Arrow Lake processor, and the 9950 X3D is on average 20% faster in gaming than their best. And in many games, such as Space Marine 2 and Cyberpunk 2077, we are over 35% faster. Just like the 9800 X3D, the 9950 X3D also shares the title for the world's best gaming processor. In addition, the 9950 X3D is also a new king at content creation. It delivers an average 13% performance increase across the most popular content creation workloads over our prior generation. And in popular benchmarks, such as Cinebench and Blender, we are seeing over 15% performance improvement. And compared to Intel's new Arrow Lake processor, the 9950 X3D is on average 10% faster, and seeing performance improvements of more than 30% for workloads such as 7-Zip and Adobe Photoshop. Simply put, the Ryzen 9 9950 X3D is the world's best 16-core processor for both gamers and content creators. But we're not stopping at desktops with X3D. We want to bring the best gaming and content creation experiences everywhere. And today, I'm super excited to also share that we're bringing our Zen 5 X3D technology to mobile devices with Fire Range. Expanding our 9950 X3D milestone, we're bringing the world's best desktop gaming and content creation processor into a mobile package, available in the first half of this year. To create the best games, it requires close co-engineering with hardware, software, and OS from the very beginning of development, including extensive optimizations in Zen 5, our next generation RDNA 4 architecture, and our latest frame generation and machine learning-based upscaling technology with FSR 4. Being a lifelong gamer myself, I spend a lot of time with game studios and developers to unlock the full creativity and imagination. For our first guest, I want to introduce a true trailblazer of the gaming industry. A programmer and game designer by training, he built some of the most iconic games in the industry, such as Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam. He was responsible for the global development of Minecraft and now leads the top game studios in the world. I'm so happy to introduce our close partner, Matt Booty, President of Game Content and Studios at Microsoft, including Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda.
Thanks, Jack, and hello to everyone at CES. Games are how we connect, how we build community, and how we explore bold new ideas. From our earliest days of building a console around DirectX and Xbox Live, to today's Xbox Play Anywhere and Game Pass, we've always pushed the boundaries to bring new, innovative experiences to players around the world. AMD has been an incredible partner to Microsoft in this journey, helping us drive innovation across every level of gaming. From powering the latest generation of Xbox consoles to enabling cutting-edge hardware for PC gamers, their technology has consistently pushed the industry forward. Our decades-long partnership with AMD has resulted in several of the underlying gaming technologies that are used by all the biggest developers today. This ranges from development of OS-level graphics APIs like DirectX 12 Ultimate and ray tracing, to larger caches, multi-threading, and driver optimizations that enable more games to be played on more devices. The Activision team is proud to partner closely with AMD to optimize Black Ops 6 for AMD Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics. Our teams can't wait to see what they can do with the next generation of processors and GPUs with Ryzen X3D and RDNA 4. Technologies like FSR and frame generation make some of our most demanding games, like Starfield, run better. These optimizations give our teams more headroom to not just push more pixels, but to actually explore richer gameplay, deeper physics modeling, and more robust systems. And this dynamic of hardware technology enabling our devs to do more continues in the future, with FSR4 on the latest graphics cards bringing high-quality machine learning upscaling to games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 later this year. Thank you, Lisa, Jack, and everyone at AMD for helping our teams achieve more.
Thank you, Matt. We truly value our partnership with you and the game studios. My son and I have spent countless hours playing Starfield, Diablo 4, and the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and we have so much fun playing them together. Thank you for your pursuit of artistic expressions, combining art and gaming together to deliver such memorable, personal, and social experiences. We absolutely love the gaming community, and we look forward to telling you more about RDNA4 and FSR4 later this quarter. Now let's shift gears to AI PCs. AI is the most disruptive technology in the past 50 years. The inflection point is as big as the Industrial Revolution. It's clear that AI is a new electricity. It's going to be everywhere. And today, we are bringing that technology to everyone, pushing the limits of what AI computing can do for you. To tell you more, I'd like to introduce Rahul Tikku, Senior Vice President and General Manager of our client business. Hello, Rahul.
Thank you, Jack. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CES. I want to start by congratulating the gaming team on a great set of products that were just launched. As you saw, we have leadership technologies in the gaming space, and we continue to out-innovate the market there. Jack also talked about cloud to edge, and you heard about our gaming leadership, and I'm going to focus on AI PCs. This past year, we released our third generation Ryzen AI 300 series processors that enable the first Copilot Plus x86 PCs back in June. This was done with a single chip with leadership productivity, leadership graphics, and leadership AI capabilities. We see this in the Ryzen AI 300 reviews, calling out our great architecture, our leadership in performance, and the best AI experiences that we're bringing to our customers. And in 2025, you're going to see Ryzen AI will continue to grow with over 150 laptop designs. These are beautiful, elegant platforms from our partners like Lenovo, HP, Asus, Acer, and many more. And I think these will be some of the most desirable laptops available in the market, period. So today, I'm also proud to announce that we're expanding our Ryzen AI PC capabilities into the high-performance space with Ryzen AI 7 and 5 series processors. Codenamed Kraken Point, these new models will allow us to make our leading Ryzen AI 300 series processors available to more users and bring AMD's leading next-gen AI capabilities to everyone. Our new Ryzen AI 7 350 demonstrates faster multitasking productivity than the competition, beating Qualcomm's Snapdragon by an average of 35% across some of the key benchmarks, and the Intel Lunar Lake product by an average of 30% when tested across 9 multi-threaded benchmarks. This extra performance that our Zen 5 cores deliver make a huge difference in users' day-to-day experience with their personal computers. These processors will also feature our XDNA2 neural processing unit. This is the fastest NPU with 50+ TOPS achieving leadership performance while also beating Intel and Qualcomm's fastest mobile processors. These processors will allow even more customers to run next-gen AI experiences just like our Ryzen AI 9 300 customers do today. And any discussion about laptops has to include portability. The Ryzen AI 300 series can deliver over 24 hours of battery life when tested in video playback, letting you stay unplugged longer to get everything done. So, in a nutshell, these processors have it all. Multi-day battery life, combined with winning performance and leadership AI capabilities. These latest additions to the Ryzen AI 300 lineup include the Ryzen AI 7 350 with 8 cores and 16 processing threads, the Ryzen AI 5 340 with 6 cores and 12 processing threads. And these new Ryzen AI processors will be available in Q1 of this year. But we're not stopping there. Today, I have some exciting news. I'm also proud to announce a whole new kind of mobile processor. This is expanding the Ryzen AI stack even higher with the Ryzen AI Max. We codenamed it Strix Halo. Just as we have increased our user choice with the Ryzen AI 300 7 and 5 models, the Ryzen AI Max processors are adding a whole new class of PCs that will be available for AMD's leading next-gen AI platforms in the market. This chip is something very, very unique and special. It is so powerful, it enables incredible experiences and is reshaping what customers can experience from their PCs. From the power of a workstation in thin and light laptops to incredibly small and powerful micro desktops, this is simply the most advanced mobile x86 processor ever created, period. It's a single chip powered by up to 16 Zen 5 cores for leading multitasking capability. It also has 40 RDNA 3.5 graphics compute units, which is the most powerful integrated graphics in the Windows ecosystem. It has also got our leadership 50 TOPS XDNA2 NPU, and all of this is tied together with unified memory architecture that's enabling the ability to access large amounts of memory, up to 128 gigs for the CPU and the GPU, with up to 256 gigabytes a second in incredible bandwidth that is unprecedented in x86 mobile devices. The Ryzen AI Max does this all in a single chip. It bridges the divide between awesome performance and efficient portability in a whole new way for Windows laptops. With an ultra-efficient 55-watt TDP for combined CPU, GPU, and NPU power, there has never been anything like this chip in this class of sleek, thin, and light notebooks. Against the Intel Lunar Lake, we win by an astounding margin, averaging 2.6x faster rendering performance. When it comes to getting work done, Ryzen AI Max is a clear productivity winner. When comparing the graphics performance, we see similar results. Ryzen AI Max continues to dominate with graphics that is 1.4x faster than the competition. It's really not hard to see the potential that this chip offers in a mobile workstation as a result. Now, we also see impressive results across ecosystems. Look at how the Ryzen AI Max performs against the Apple MacBook Pro M4 in some popular rendering benchmarks, winning easily against the 12-core and trading blows with the 14-core. And in applications like V-Ray, which is a popular plugin for 3D modeling, we see massive gains, 86% better. We made great strides in delivering customer experience with these new Ryzen AI Max systems. And finally, with the ability to dedicate 96 gigabytes of memory to graphics, the Ryzen AI Max can run incredibly large AI workloads with performance that's faster than discrete desktop graphics cards. For example, The 70 billion parameter Llama 3.1 large language model that we are showing here runs twice as fast as the discrete RTX 4090 desktop GPU. And it does that at 87% lower TDP. So double the performance of a very high-end desktop hardware at much lower power. This is truly incredible. Now imagine creating videos with just a line of text, or automating your user workflows with AI agents locally on your Ryzen AI PCs. We continue to work with all of our ISV partners to enable incredible AI experiences, including 50 planned applications that will take advantage of our industry-leading NPUs. Please join us at the AMD Connect area in the Venetian Titian rooms to try out some of these cool new examples of AI running on our Ryzen AI processors. Here are some of the Ryzen AI Max models that will be available at launch. The top of the stack is the Ryzen AI Max plus 395 with 16 cores and 40 graphic CUs. We also have the Ryzen AI Max 390 with 12 cores and 32 graphic CUs, and the Ryzen AI Max 385 with 8 cores and 32 graphic CUs. And all of these parts are going to be available Q1 of this year. And I truly hope you guys are as excited as I am to get your hands on this great product set. Now, the Ryzen AI Max, as we talked about, is going to be a game changer for creators, artists, developers. We're really proud to partner with HP to bring the HP ZBook Ultra G1A system to our customers. It's a beautiful example of a truly portable, mobile, powerful system like anything else out there. You'll also find the Ryzen AI Max processor in the new desktop HP Z2 Mini G1A. This is a 3-liter compact mini PC enabling large language models for developers and creators in incredibly cool and efficient form factor. And for the consumer segment, ASUS has created something really, really unique. This is the new ROG Flow Z13. This is an ultra-mobile 13-inch gaming tablet with a detachable keyboard in a surprisingly small, elegant, and premium package. So as you can see, we've really, really focused on expanding our next-gen AI PC portfolio. No one has a lineup with the breadth or the depth of Copilot+ PCs that AMD can offer. From Ryzen AI Max in the Halo segment, all the way to the Ryzen AI 300 in the advanced segment, we're bringing the benefits of AMD's leading performance, reliability, and battery life to all of you. AI PCs are not just delivering new experiences for consumers, but they're also transforming how work gets done. And to tell you a little bit more about it, let's welcome Jack back on the stage.
Now let's talk about enterprise. AMD has been on a journey to transform every touch point of business computing, from the data center to client devices. EPYC is the CPU of choice for hyperscalers, supporting cloud services used daily by billions of users globally, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, WeChat, or WhatsApp. The world's largest and most advanced AI models run flawlessly on our Instinct data center GPUs at the highest performance per dollar, including GPT-4. We want to bring to the enterprise all the know-how from the server and data center side to the enterprise endpoint. This is what led us to design Ryzen AI Pro, uniquely suited to be the best enterprise endpoint device. At the heart of it, we elevated the experience for CIOs with AMD Pro, bringing this essential foundation of security, manageability, and reliability that enterprises have come to expect. With AMD Pro, enterprise devices get multiple layers of chip-level security built into the core, protecting sensitive data from external threats. Technology layers like AMD Memory Guard, which safeguards sensitive business data in the event an employee's PC gets lost or stolen. Or Microsoft Pluton, a chip-to-cloud technology built with zero trust principles at the core, meaning it verifies each request as though it originated from an uncontrolled network every single time. These security layers, combined with AMD Pro's manageability features, are designed to streamline IT operations while protecting the enterprise's most important assets. We focus on TCO as well to ensure that fleet investments translate to real savings in the form of productivity increases. Our PCs are equipped with the fastest x86 processors ever built, with the world's best enterprise multitasking performance. In a world where everyone does more than one thing at a time, working with slow, unreliable PCs should be a thing of the past. We also equip them with the fastest AI engine ever built, delivering the most NPU tops in the industry. With AMD, businesses can future-proof their investment and be ready to empower their workforce with the disruptive AI features coming down the pipeline. Today, hundreds of leading businesses across industries are making the switch to AMD enterprise PCs to accelerate their transformation. For example, take enterprises like ING Bank in the financial sector. They rely on AMD Pro's security and reliability to keep their data protected, all while ensuring their operations run in a stable and secure environment for their banking services. Or companies like Shell in the energy sector, who are taking advantage of the advanced AI features to enhance the data analytics and decision-making processes at the device level. The time has come that enterprise CIOs no longer have to choose between the enterprise compatibility and reliability of Windows and the consumer battery life of Apple. You can now get the best of both worlds with Windows and Ryzen AI Pro.
Hello, Jack and CES. I'm proud to say.
No worries, we'll keep going. Best of all, with more than 100 options through 2025, we developed a fantastic portfolio with our OEM partners, all of which have helped us advance our mission to make meaningful change into enterprise. Now, let's hear it directly from our close partners.
Hello, Jack and CES. I'm proud to say the HP AMD partnership is reaching new heights.
For more than 25 years, Lenovo and AMD have grown stronger together.
Together, we have been the driving force in the tech industry.
What makes our partnership so strong is that we share a focus on experiences. We identify customers' needs and co-engineer to provide better, modern, exciting, meaningful experiences. And these experiences are changing the way people get work done.
Driving innovations that define the present and set the stage for the future of personal computing. We have pushed boundaries across the entire Lenovo portfolio. ThinkPad, ThinkBook, Yoga, Legion, ThinkStation, all powered by AMD Ryzen.
Pushing the boundaries of innovation from gaming and AI PCs to creativity devices and much more.
Looking ahead, we have big plans starting here at CES. Let me share two examples. First, to help developers manage complex ISV and data science workflows, we are introducing the ZBook Ultra. It's the first workstation with the Ryzen AI Max Pro series processor and the world's most powerful 14-inch mobile workstation. Second, to help consultants analyze complex data sheets and run AI models locally, we just introduced our EliteBook X with the Ryzen AI Pro family. It's the world's most powerful next-gen AI notebook.
We know AI represents an unprecedented opportunity. AMD has been an incredible partner in working with us to scale AI platforms that are central to the success of Lenovo PCs, including our recently launched Lenovo AI Now, that is the foundation of the most advanced and sophisticated AI PCs in the market, as well as our Copilot Plus PCs, which are already simplifying how we collaborate, create, and innovate every day.
That's why the Ryzen AI 300 series powers our ASUS PowerHouse notebook portfolio. PowerHouse devices use AI to empower creators to work more efficiently and creatively. Whether it's accelerating rendering times, enhancing image quality, or streamlining editing process, PowerHouse is transforming the way we create.
At Lenovo, we have always said that meaningful innovation stems from strong partnerships.
We are excited to continue our journey with AMD.
And this is just the beginning.
Thank you, Alex, Luca, and Samson for the great partnership. Now, some of you may have noticed that we have someone missing in our video. CES is a moment for big ideas, big partnerships, and big opportunities. And today, we have something that checks all three of those boxes. I'd like to introduce my good friend, Sam Bird, President of the Client Solutions Group at Dell, to join me on stage. Hey, Sam, it's awesome to have you here with us at CES.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Jack.
Definitely, definitely. Sam, when I think of Dell, the first thing that comes to mind are PCs. But the company has going to be the essential end-to-end enterprise technology provider.
Hey, that's exactly right, Jack. And I think about from our leadership in PCs that I know are near and dear to your heart and my heart, to leadership in compute, storage, and enterprise-ready solutions. Dell is at the epicenter of data-intensive workloads like generative AI. And with the Dell AI Factory, customers have access to the broadest AI portfolio, from AI PCs to the data center to the cloud. And the goal of that is delivering AI innovation at scale to organizations of all sizes across all industries.
That's incredible, Sam. You're truly a one-stop shop for all things enterprise innovation. Dell and AMD have been working together in the data for a number of years, as you well know.
Indeed.
Dell has servers running on EPYC CPUs and Instinct GPUs to accelerate workloads. But enterprise technology is an end-to-end ecosystem. And business customers are always asking me, Jack, when are you going to be in Dell commercial PCs? I get this question every single week. And I think we finally have an answer for them with the new Ryzen AI Pro processor available in Dell's new commercial AI PC portfolio.
Woo. Hey, Jack, you stole my headline.
I'm too excited.
Okay. So, hey, yeah, you've got it exactly right. Today, we are excited to announce our new commercial-grade Dell Pro portfolio with AMD Ryzen AI Pro.
We love it. We love it.
Hey, you stole my applause. Jack.
I'll give you one now.
It's pretty tough.
I'll give you one now.
Hey, these platforms, we're super excited about them. They represent the next evolution of enterprise computing. With your products, they have the performance that businesses need today, combined with AI capabilities they're going to need tomorrow.
Definitely. Sam, this is such a historic partnership between Dell and AMD. Our first time working together to reimagine what commercial devices can do. And I'm so pumped. You and I have hundreds of engineers working together to build the absolute best enterprise PC platform. Could you share some additional perspective?
Hey, absolutely, Jack. In fact, I think we've got one here. Let's take a look, thank you, Paula, at one of our new 13-inch Dell Pro systems powered by AMD Ryzen AI Pro.
It's beautiful.
Both available this spring. For Northern Hemisphere types, Northern Hemisphere spring. Yeah, like you said, it's sleek, modern, delivers exceptional speed, incredible battery life, and powerful AI performance thanks to the AMD Pro technologies. It's really scalable, just beautiful displays, up to Quad HD, enterprise-grade security, and 5G and Wi-Fi 7 to provide dependable connectivity no matter where you're working. And Jack, the whole Dell Pro portfolio is built with durability in mind, withstanding nearly 3 times as many hinge cycles, drops, and bumps from tough corporate use as competitor devices. So not 30% more, 3 times more, Jack.
It has all the bells and whistles and durability. Sam, I'll definitely be self-hosting and personally testing this device.
Great, I was gonna drop it there too and test it out. So
drop
thank you,
test?
Paula.
We love the new Dell Pro portfolio. And I think, Sam, everyone is wondering, why now? Why is AMD the right partner for this?
Hey, so Jack, we've learned in building the Dell AI Factory that one size does not fit all. And flexibility and choice are needed to bring the right performance to the right workload. We see the same need in PCs in the AI PC era, and I'll tell you, that's exactly where you and AMD fit in. We partner with CIOs to help them stay ahead of change, and AMD really brings a comprehensive hardware and software experience at every level of the enterprise stack, and that's a really big deal.
No, I love it, Sam. I love it. And that brings us to another critical issue. You and I spent a lot of time talking about this. We know CIOs are facing big decisions in 2025. Do you think CIOs will simply rinse and repeat and replay devices, or will they leap forward with AI PC-enabled PCs?
Okay, you're giving me a softball.
Of course.
I think the choice is clear, Jack, and we believe upgrading to AI PCs is gonna pay dividends in productivity. You think about it, there's a massive installed base of 1.5 billion PCs, many of which don't meet the hardware requirements to run Windows 11. So customers that are thinking about refreshing see a world where AI is evolving faster than anyone expected, and the world's greatest productivity device, the PC, is poised to play a pivotal role in the AI revolution.
Completely agree.
So the way we look at it, great to get an AI PC, but we've got to make it easier for CIOs to deploy AI models at scale on PCs. And as we spend time with customers, we see how complex this process is today, getting your data to run on your models on your devices, sorting through multiple AI models, silicon nuances, and then tuning and deploying models. So we're making it easier to get AI running on PCs with Dell Pro AI Studio, the industry's most comprehensive toolkit. And we believe, Jack, this will reduce the time needed to tune and deploy models by as much as 75%. Going from 6 months to as little as 6 weeks.
Wow, Sam, 6 months to 6 weeks. That's truly incredible. And I agree, this is a chance for business to redefine workplace computing. And by refreshing to an AI PC, it's opting for us to move from reactive devices to what you and I talk about, to ones that can predict, think, and act in real time. Dell's new lineup of AMD-powered devices could be pivotal to this transformation.
Hey, I totally agree, Jack. Our team lives to get great devices into the hands of customers. Devices that will supercharge their creativity and productivity today and future-proof them for tomorrow.
Sam, I can't wait to bring our end-to-end portfolio together to enterprises everywhere. Thank you so much, Sam, for the partnership. This is just the beginning. I'm looking forward to partnering with you for many, many years to come.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
Thank you, Sam. You take care.
Bye.
In my opening remarks, I share with you a few highlights of how AMD is advancing the world across industries, relentlessly pushing the boundaries of high-performance computing. Today, we continue to raise that bar. We expand our leadership in gaming with the all-new Ryzen 9 9950X3D, the world's best 16-core processor for gamers and content creators. We're also proliferating AI everywhere, expanding our Ryzen AI 300 portfolio with Kraken and Strix Halo, bringing the power of a workstation to thin and light laptops. Before we wrap it up, a very special thank you to all of our wonderful friends and partners, Matt Booty, Alex Cho, Luca Rossi, Samson Hu, and Sam Bird for joining us at CES today. I truly believe that deep partnerships, where we are co-innovating together to advance the industry, is our superpower and allows us to bring transformational solutions to market for everyone. Whether it's gaming, AI PCs, or the enterprise, you can count on all of us at AMD to continue to push the boundaries of high-performance computing. And we're just getting started. The best is yet to come. Thank you all for joining us here today.
Here comes the middle frickin' finger. You gotta be. Oh, let me turn. Let me mute that. Oh, man. That is some crap. That is. Intel was better. Yeah. Let me put you guys back on that. Oh, my God. Look, everybody, listen. I'm not going to apologize for their stupidity in not showing the graphics cards. Okay? Intel didn't do it. AMD now didn't do it. Let's pray to God on the next stream that NVIDIA does it. Oh my God. Are they freaking kidding me? This was a waste of time for everybody. And I do apologize for the waste of time, but at least you can get my opinion on it, and I can tell you I'm pretty pissed. I've lost. I mean, I knew something was going to happen because Lisa Su would have came on stage if it was a big launch. I knew not seeing her on stage, something was wrong. I don't know, guys. I mean, this was going from one garbage to the next garbage. Like, what the hell? Do you think I want to hear about Dell and their crap? Do you guys really think I want to hear about it? It has nothing to do with me or this channel. Yeah, I got a couple Dells sitting on the ground, but they're parked in their own space as paperweights. Oh. 6 minutes behind reading the chat. I can't wait. Yeah, I am way far behind. Machine says AMD doesn't care. Well, I do agree with that. And MTBK, yeah, you're right. AMD never misses a moment to miss the moment. Oh my God. This is embarrassing. I could imagine right now the way reviewers are acting right now. They're losing their mind. I know all the reviewers on YouTube right now are just losing their marbles. They're going to like, what the hell is this? So basically you're just going to tell us, okay, well, wait for the reviewers and they'll do their benchmarks, and then after that, they'll launch the product and they're done. So basically, they're giving up on their own products. That's what I'm assuming, you know. I mean, I don't know which way this is going to swing. Because if NVIDIA does the same thing on that next live stream, ooh, I'm gonna have like, I'm gonna blow up out of my seat and I'm gonna hit the ceiling. Because I'll tell you what, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that they have to go this stupid route. Oh, it's just so embarrassing. Oh. Okay, guys, listen up. All right. Listen up. I am going to leave you all the link in the chat below on my next stream we're going to have a powwow. We're not done yet with this one, but I'm going to leave you guys a link to the NVIDIA stream. Right here. I should have did that the last time, but I'm glad, you know. That link right there is to the next stream that's going to be coming up, which is for NVIDIA and their keynotes. Let's pray to God that it's got something better. I know at least AMD gave us something. What, I have no idea, but something. So, let's see. Yeah, they said AI 2,000 times. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Kiefer got it right. They said AI about 2,000 times plus. MTBK says, despite being an Intel fanboy, I like the AMD presentation better. Well, see, the thing is this. It was a little bit better, but not much. A little bit. I'm not going to give that much credit, especially when everybody's waiting for this new GPU, and they're supposed to be launching it at the end of this month. I don't get it. I don't get what all the hiding things. Back when it was about a couple years ago, they weren't hiding anything. They put their paper launch out early, then they went and did the keynotes, and then they launched the product. What changed? Guys, tell me, what changed since 2 years ago? I don't get it. What has really changed? I mean, this has got me to the point where I'm like up in the air. Being a reviewer, I'm up in the air with this. So, the only thing good, only thing good are X3D mobile chips. That was the only thing they really had. AMD CPUs in July. No. Let's try AMD GPUs and CPUs in 2136 after I'm dead. Let's try that. All-in-one AI. Yep, pretty much. I see the launch date, AMD Ryzen 9950X3D, January 7th, 2025, but one website says March. I wouldn't put it past them. They should have launched it back in December when they should have launched it in December. Delay. That means they don't even have them built and ready yet. That just means they're just throwing a bone out there and hopefully everybody's satisfied with it. I can tell you right now, everybody's losing their marbles and they're not satisfied with what they just heard. Because I know I'm not, and I know everybody else. The whole PC community is losing their marbles right now. As I'm looking on my phone, I got about 52 messages. And I know what they're going to say. They're all losing their marbles right now. So, yeah. Mad says, no GPU bodies, very poorly for NVIDIA keynote later. Open field on pricing with no competitors. Hello, $2,400, 5090. Well, actually, no. Somebody leaked something else and said $3,200 5090s. I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to spend that kind of money on one GPU for the price of two computers, I'm going to go buy 2 computers compared to that GPU. You know, come on. Common sense. That's what I would do. So, everyone waits for NVIDIA. Well, nothing we can do until around 6 p.m. I'll start the stream around 5:30 over there for NVIDIA, but all depends. All depends if we don't go through this cat and mouse game that Intel and AMD just put us through. So basically, last year's keynotes were a lot better than this year's. They were a lot better than this year's. It's like no one cares. I don't know what you guys think. Tell me what you think. Tell me, do you think they really care right now? I think they focused more on the PS5, Xbox, and Microsoft, and Dell. That's all I heard. I heard nothing else. I didn't hear anything for the gamers. No. I didn't hear not a thing. Did you guys hear anything about those new AI chips for gamers? Did you really hear what they were saying? I mean, it just went in one ear hole and came out my other ear hole. That's all I heard. Rumors have it NVIDIA will not even mention any prices. That's going to be one thing that Jensen might not do. Let's talk about the prices. Yep, everybody does wait on NVIDIA. Now it's coming down to where you guys are saying the reason why I have an NVIDIA graphics card is because with the software and the updates that they made with the software right now, I'm not disappointed in NVIDIA. Yes, I have an AMD graphics card, but that's over at my friend's computer. He can be happy with that, but I'm going to stick with my NVIDIA. I'm pretty happy with the 4070, so. There goes a $600 4080 competitor for now. Yep. It's pretty much what it's going to look like because they're not giving us anything. They're not telling us anything. I looked on, and y'all can take a look at AMD's website to see if they got any news that they launched with this on their website. As sometimes they'll screw up and they'll launch it on their website, and if you catch it, and you might be able to find out the information you need. But I'm going to have to take in perspective, AMD doesn't care. So, thank you for the laugh and joke. You're welcome. They only care about profit. I do agree. We became the end game of the profit line. If we become overhead, they'll get rid of us. If we become profit, they'll keep us. So either way you look at it, they're going to get rid of us. They're already looking for new ways of their business model when it comes to their server GPUs that they use for machine learning. We're not the bottom line anymore. If we were, then they would be more focused on showing us what they have for gamers. And today they really didn't show their colors, their true colors. So keeping that in mind, guys, keep that in mind. The true colors are over with. They're focused. AMD's more focused on PS5 than they are. This is how they want to be focused on the gamers, is they're going console because they're selling more consoles than they're selling GPUs. Maybe if they would have focused on building the GPUs, presenting the GPUs, and putting them out there, other than keep selling the old crap over and over. Now, this is where you guys have to understand. There is no fanboy with me. When it comes to NVIDIA, there's no fanboy. When it comes to AMD, there's no fanboy. When it comes to Intel, there's no fanboy. I'm not a fan of anything but the hardware. That's where I'm a fan of, the hardware, not the company name, the hardware. So that's what separates me from everybody else, because I believe if the hardware is great, people are going to want it. But if they're going to keep shoveling crap at us, why buy it? Think about it. I really want to try Intel Arc GPU, but the new test shows that old CPUs, 5000 series, are decreased the GPU performance by at most 15%. Well, let me tell you something. I run an AM4 motherboard, B550 Strix gaming motherboard. I run the Ryzen 7 5700X with 64 gigs of system RAM, and I carry about 18 terabytes of hard drive space on my PC. I get over 200 plus FPS on my 4070, which is a lot stronger than the Intel Arc. If that means anything, that's the best I can tell you. So, oh, guys. Oh, Machine just brought something up. So the 9070 and the 97XT gaming sync with Radeon 9000 series use 8000 series for RDNA 3.5 mobile. So you're not getting RDNA 4. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see it? Let me put it out there. There. I put it out there, you can see it. Right here. Right here. Let me blow it up. Come on, play nice. I guess it won't play nice now. I'll get as close as I can. Right here, gaming sync with Ryzen 9000 series. Use 8000 series for RDNA 3.5 module. So basically, there is no RDNA 4. That's what they're trying to say. There is no RDNA 4. It's all a sham, all a ruse. Yeah, I know, bro. I know you had to. It's all good. Didn't I tell you that before? Machine? I told you what it was going to be equal to. It was going to sit right in between the 7900 GRE, which they discontinued, now you know why, and the 7900 XT, which they're going to be discontinuing as well. It sits right in between. So by the time you get ready to buy the 9070 XT, you're getting performance of a 5060 Ti, maybe. That's about as hard as it's going to get. Because if you look at it, it's only sitting in between a 4070 Super and a 4070 Ti. So. And if they charge you $600 for this, I don't think you're really going to want to buy it. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'll remember that the next time, bro. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Intel and I'm disappointed in AMD right now. Because the only thing they somewhat showed that might have been interest to people was the 9950X 3D. And they didn't actually, well, they showed a laptop, but who knows if that's going to be, well, it could be the laptop they're going to use. But that would be disappointing because the size of it, that's going to be disappointing. Truthfully, I don't. I mean, pseudoscientist, yeah, I'm not. It's not going to shock me because I already know that they're going to put a hefty price on all this, and they're going to say, "Oh, we're selling you the best product in the world." Not when they're selling crap. Okay, even if somebody puts the benchmarks out there and says, this is the best in the world, and you go to buy it, and guess what happens? You get buyer's remorse. You'll say to yourself, well, I just bought this, and it can't even do nothing. Look what everybody did when Qualcomm came out with Snapdragon. And they're sitting there praising and saying it's the best in the world. And the only ones that were really saying it was the reviewers. The ones that were getting paid. I don't get paid from these companies, so I can speak my mind. None of these companies sponsor my channel. None of them even look at my channel. So I can speak my mind anytime I want. The ones I worry about are my subscribers and my viewers. I don't worry about all the hash and trash that, these companies come out with. If they're going to come out with crap products, I am going to announce it. I am going to put my face out there and I'm going to say it. It's crap. So, you guys want an honest opinion? I'll give you an honest opinion. I'm not going to beat around the bush. So, I'm going to just tell you straight up. You want to buy it? That's up to you. But to me, I would never buy it. I'm not interested. Even their 16-core CPU, I'm not interested in. Tell you why. There's still a problem with Microsoft Windows Scheduler, and there's still a problem with the cores going to sleep, so you're only using like 4 cores to play your games. That's not good. And when you got your first CCD, it's got the first 8 cores, and you got your second CCD, it's got the second 8 cores, and where they put the cache is on the secondary CCD, which goes to sleep, and guess what happens? You only get 32 megs of cache. That's it. When the rest of it goes to sleep, that's all you get. Not unless you're doing content creating work. That's the only good thing about that CPU. But it's not even good then. Well, yeah, it could be good this time, but because now you have the overclocking capabilities. But like I said, I mean, I'd rather get myself an X processor, a decent X processor, and just roll with it and get best of both worlds and not have to worry about the CCD and having split CCDs. Just one CCD is good enough. So truthfully, the only good strategy is not to have one. And that's basically what they did. They had no strategy. All that crap they were talking back the last year on their keynotes that AMD did, trying to belittle NVIDIA, didn't work. Now it seems like it's a race between AMD and Intel for the best CPU for AI programming. Which doesn't mean nothing to the gamers. Some gamers are wondering, if they're going to get a new CPU, how they can block all that AI crap. Because that's what they're saying. That's what I'm getting every day. People are telling me this. How can I block it? How can I block it? There'll come a time we'll sit down on the computer, but the way YouTube is right now, I can't really tell you how to do it. In person, I could tell you, but with YouTube and their terms of service, they suck. So, because now there's more restrictions because people keep crying about you be able to turn something off that you don't want, but these companies want it on. They don't want you to turn it off. So, that's why I switched to Linux last year. I'm starting to think that I might need to start thinking about that now. Especially when they come up with Windows 12, that might require you to have an NPU processor on there. And now that they're going to require you to have a certain type of CPU, it's got me wondering, maybe I should think about Linux. Maybe I should. And finding out that on Linux, the B580 runs faster than it does on Windows. Even on older hardware. Because I know somebody asked that question. If you got on Linux, it'll run faster on older hardware. Oh. Save up 20-30% more than you buy when you can afford. Yeah. Piece by piece, buy it when it goes on sale. Put it off to the side until you get it all put together. Then put it all together and you saved a ton of money. You know. Discord again, same chart, more info. A machine. Machine. I still think if NVIDIA comes out with a great pricing scheme that's beneficial to the consumer and the gamers and all that, I think NVIDIA could box, they could take all the gamers away from all those companies that are doing GPUs. They could take all the gamers. But what you guys don't understand is, at the end of this year, NVIDIA's coming out with a new CPU. A new CPU that's not ARM, from what I'm understanding. That's not an ARM processor. That's not an x86 processor. Totally new processor. And they say it's that damn good. The rumors lurking in my ears. So, something to look forward to at the end of this year. Future of tech doesn't get better. Nope, it doesn't. I have an RTX 2060. That was my best option for a new GPU. 4000 series or wait for 5000. Be honest with you, right now it's late in the game to get this generation, but the new generation coming out very soon could be a better advantage on price. Because you don't want to be stuck in, you buy a 40 series graphics card and you buy, let's say you buy a $600 one, like a 4070 Super. And then the 5070 comes out and it's the same price. But it's faster than the 4070 Super, the 5070 is. So you're kicking yourself for the fact of you could have gotten a 5070 over a 4070 Super. Don't put yourself in that boat where you're going to miss out on the next big thing. Something tells me that either the 5070 or the 5070 Ti is going to be the next big thing for NVIDIA. It's not going to be the 5080 or the 5090. It looks like it's going to sit right there on the 5070 Ti, my opinion. The way I'm looking at all the specs compared to a 7900 XTX, the 5070 Ti is going to be faster than a 7900 XTX, but it's only going to have 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which is not a problem, compared to the 7900 XTX, which has 24 gigabytes of VRAM, but it's slower on ray tracing than it is on rasterization. But now with the new 50 series coming out, it's supposed to be faster on rasterization and ray tracing. So that's what I know so far. Don't get yourself into a sticker shock. So FSR 4 will not work with the 7 or 6000 series. No, it won't. You'll be lucky if it does or it doesn't, but it might be a year or two before they decide to make it open source and put it on the open source, and when they do, it'll go for the 6000 series or the 7000 series, but probably not the 6000 series. Or if they do it open source like they did the last time, then it'll probably be for everything and anybody. Who knows? Wait for the 5000 series. Yep, I do agree with Machine on that. About 60 days depending on how much you plan on spending. So the scientist is correct. Depending on what you want to spend. There might be a point to where you say, well, I'm not going to wait till March or April for the 4060 or the 5060 or the 5060 Ti. There might be a point to where you just say, oh, I'm not going to wait for it. And then when it does roll out in March or April, and they put it for like $500 on a 57 or 5060 Ti with 16 gigabytes of VRAM, and then you poured all that money into a 40 series card, which you have to take in consideration, NVIDIA is discontinuing all the 40 series cards to make room for the 50 series. So that means when it comes to driver updates and everything else, the focus is going to be on the 50 series, and they might slow down the driver updates on the 40 series. Like they said that they were going to do back about a year ago, older hardware, they're going to slow down the process of software updates, and they're going to make the new room for the new GPUs and focus month by month new software updates on them. They might have quarterly rollouts on the older hardware. Quarterly. So I'm just telling you what I know so far, and I'm not going to lie to you about it. That's what I know so far, that I hear through the grapevine and everything else. So you can either take what I say with gold or a grain of salt. Either way. I have the money to buy a 4090, but I don't want to. If you buy a 4090 now, okay, Machine will tell you how much that I really don't like the 4090 is because of that high power connector that they got on there that they screwed up on those GPUs. I don't like it. Let's hope on the 5090 they didn't make that same screw up. And then turned around, blamed it on the gamers. Like we don't know how to plug in a frickin' GPU? Are you kidding me? Even a 2-year-old child knows how to plug in a GPU. Give me a break. A 2-year-old child can plug in a GPU. I know, I already had one do it, and I tested it, and they plugged it in just fine. Oh my God. How much better do you think the 5090 card will be than the 4090? Well, let me tell you, the 5090 is supposed to be the new king when it comes to GPUs. There's going to be no GPU that can touch it. Not with having over 21,000 CUDA cores. 21,000. There's no GPU on the market right now unless you're getting one for machine learning to be just as fast. So you gotta look at the 4090. It's only got 16,000 cores, and then look at the 5090. It's got 21,000 cores. It's kind of a no-brainer there. And also too, the 5090 having 32 gigabytes of VRAM on top of it, maybe 36. Who knows? But that's the rumor going on. NVIDIA's new neural rendering can change the gaming industry. I hope they bring for the 4000 series. From what I'm hearing on a couple leaks, that NVIDIA already started bringing stuff on the 40 series. So it's not going to be totally cut out, but with the neural processing, might start with the 50 series. You might not have that architectural advantage with the 40 series. So it looks like it's more relying on the 50 series. Only 16,000 in 2022. Yeah, I do agree with that. But this is 2025. They need to be at least 30,000, in my opinion. If they're going to make you spend almost $3,000 for a GPU, it should be at least 30,000 cores. At least 30,000. And the RAM should be up to 48 gigabytes of VRAM. If they're going to make you spend that kind of money. That's price to performance. And the bus should be 768-bit. So, yeah. They increased the CUDA core, increased the memory bandwidth and size, new GDR memory, I guess 50%. Yeah. But it's only going to be 33%, 33 to 36 from its predecessor. So, lowest RTX 4090 new price I have seen was 1,400 euros, but that was long ago. I recommend buying an RTX 4090 now. MTBK, why do you recommend that? They're discontinued. That means they're only going to have a used value soon. And when that comes about and you got a used value, they're going to jack up the price even higher. That's probably why you're saying it, but why pay that price for a 4090 and you can buy a 5090? Watch, and I could be wrong. They could have it for $1,700. Yeah, I know. It's about $2,800 machine. I know. I see it. It's like $2,800 for a 4090. It's not worth it. It's prices on steroids as far as I'm concerned. Oh, not buying. Okay, I got you now there, MTBK. I got you now. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't buy it, especially for $2,800 on a 4090. Hell no. That's more or less like, let's say if the price comes out and it's $2,600 for the 5090 and you spent $2,800, you done shot yourself in the foot for a couple $100 extra. You could have waited a little time and then seen the benchmarks and everything else before you buy the GPU. Always remember, look at the benchmarking and see how well it performs against other GPUs before you decide to buy. 21,760 cores. Yep. Versus that. It's about, I was saying 33 to 36% their MTBK. And truthfully thinking about it, that's not much more. That's really not that much more. But it's the way we always look at it. Anything that's over 20% is a plus. Anything that's over 20% is a plus when it comes to hardware. So, hello, Damien. Good to see you. I'll sell you my 4090 so I can get a 5090. Hey, I'll sell you my 4070 so I can get a 4060 Ti. I had to throw that in there. The 5090 will impress. Everyone will want one. Yep. Even the scalpers, they'll be having their fingers in it, selling it for double the price. You better be looking for eBay with the $6,000 GPU that's going to be coming out soon near you. So you better hope if you're going to get a 5090, you better buy it right then and there, because if you don't, you might not get it. So I figured I'd cover the whole avenue about that. Not kidding. In the forum, someone said to have sold a 4090 a couple weeks ago for $2,200. Wow. A $1,600 GPU for $2,200. Crazy. That's very high priced. Yeah, that's more than high priced. The 5080 should come out first, and then the 5090, I think. That's what they're hoping for. Was the end of January was supposed to be the 5080. Beginning of first or second week of February was supposed to be the 5090. And then the 5070 and 5070 Ti was supposed to be in March. Now in April was supposed to be the 5060 and the 5060 Ti. Supposedly. So, that's as far as I got with that news, but something tells me it's not going to work out that way. If NVIDIA doesn't do a paper launch today on their keynote, don't expect it this month. I guarantee that. Don't expect it this month. No, because there's a lot of rumors going around there, pseudoscientists, that they're saying the 5080 is going to come out first. And the reason why is because of China. Because they don't have the 5090Ds ready to go on and push out to China. So, and they want to make it before so-called tariffs that the president is not going to put on China. It's just a leveraging tool. I wish everybody would get it right. And if he does, then, well, guess what? We're kind of screwed. So, I wish NVIDIA would bring a 50-50 on the table, but I know it will never happen. You're right. They don't do low end. They're only doing mid and high end. So yeah. Well, look at it this way: if you get a 5070 Ti, you got a mid-grade GPU with high-end RAM. Just like with my 4070. I got a mid-grade GPU with high-end RAM. It's got GDR6X. The same RAM that's used with the 4090. So, that's where I'm saying, I had the advantage point when I got my 4070 when it's running at 1/2 of a 4090. If you look at it that way. What speaks for the 5090 first is if they want to give the 5080 these new 3GB GDR7 VRAM modules right from the start, and NVIDIA is unsure about how good the production is. True. But I do keep hearing the leaks about AMD about putting out the 8800 XT. That they're going to relive it. So nobody knows for sure what kind of graphics card they're going to put out. Nobody knows for sure. We don't know if they're going to rekindle the 8800 XT or not. So, we don't even know if the 9070 is going to be a thing. It's just leaking rumors, guys. Leaks and rumors. That's all it is. What makes it true is if they show some indication from the company itself that they're going to be doing this. We haven't seen any indication, or we haven't seen any moves from AMD, NVIDIA, or Intel. None. So we don't know. It's all leaks and rumors. Somebody could tell us a vicious lie, and then we believe it, and then find out it's not that. So it could be anything. But we all knew the 9950X 3D was coming out, so that's not a scare tactic. We knew that. But AMD is going to be treating that the same way they did on the 7000 series. That's the point. They're going to treat it the same as the 7000 series. And the V-cache is going to be in the wrong spot. So, and their excuse was is if they put it under the primary, the CCD 0, then the cache would overheat and they would have problems. That was one excuse. Another excuse they put out there was this: that they would have to shave it down too far, that it wouldn't make sense because, blah blah blah. What's the difference on the core section of one CCD to the next? Absolutely freaking nothing. They're coming up with an excuse. They don't want to put it on the CCD 0, which is your main input for your cores, your 1 through 8. It makes no sense putting it on 9 through 16. No sense. Or they could have split it up and put it underneath both of them, but then they say, oh, it won't work that way. It'll come the next time they do CPU processors on the X3Ds. You watch, they're going to, under the 16 core, they're going to put half and half under each one of them. It's going to happen. I have a feeling. So, what speaks for the 5090 first? Yeah, we already talked about that. RTX 5050 TDP. Actually, RTX is TGP. I know there's like 3 name configurations when it comes to the power section. It's said to be 100 watts. So if they release it, it will not be PCIe slot power only. Probably. I don't know. They could make it a 70, 75 watt. Non-external power. Low profile. Who knows? It would be good if Intel would make more powerful GPUs. Yeah, but it would be even better if they would stop this nitpicking on what kind of CPU you can run with that GPU. You know, I think they're trying to narrow it to an architecture. And I think they were trying to narrow it to an Intel architecture, like the Core 9 285K. I think they were nailing that B580 to the 285K. Just a feeling I had. Hello, Flo. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. What do you think about availability of the 5,000 cards and above? Above all the 5090. Well, above the 5090. What are they going to have above the 5090? The 6000 series? They're already struggling with 3 nanometers. And it seems that Intel might have made a break towards the 3 nanometer market. So everything's real iffy right now. You better camp out in front of the store to get the first ones, or pay way more and probably on a long wait. So Intel GPU runs better with Intel CPU. That would be my guess, yes. That would be my best guess, yes. Because they set up their architecture to run with their architecture. Now, everything else they would consider secondary. So basically, if you're running an AMD CPU with a NVIDIA GPU, you might have an advantage. But with Intel, it's not much of an advantage. I can tell you that. It's not much of an advantage. Even the testing that they put out there on YouTube, they did it with older hardware like Zen 2, and the results were it was cut in half for FPS compared to the 9800X3D. The 9800X3D was the only processor that pushed Intel B580 to its max. That's the only one without overclocking. I didn't hear too much about the overclocking part, but I can tell you that's the only processor that pushed it to its max. AMD is using 4 nanometer with the 9070 and the 9070 XT. Well, yeah. But they're still trying for the 3 nanometer. They haven't given up on it. You can't make that you can't make it that small. Because then you get into a problem with magnetic fluctuations. And then the poles start flipping on those transistors. And what does that mean? That means then you'll get into the point of there's no longer ones and zeros. It's either or. It'll cause a big conflict with the CPU processors if they go down to 3 nanometer, because there's not enough coverage to keep the magnetic waves from flowing into one and another. So what will happen is it'll flip it from positive to negative and make it freewheeling. And then it'll be a big problem when it comes to your contemporary computers, which are like, basically I call them contemporary, not unless they got the world's fastest CPU in there. Which right now, in the regular computer industry, the 9800 X3D is the only fast CPU that's on the market. So, I think the question for the 5090, how good is it? Availability going to be? Yep. 5090, if it's going to be the same thing that they did with the B580, and then turn around, only put out like 7 on Amazon, and turn around, get sold out, and then you got to buy from AIB partners to where they charge almost $400 for a $250 graphics card. That's what pissed me off. That's why I don't have any thing in my mind right now that makes me want to buy a B580, just because they did that. What, am I going to go to Newegg and see the sign that says coming soon that I've been seeing for a whole month? It's a wait. Is in a gamer, in me being a gamer, in my mind, it's a waste of time. When I could take that $250, even $400, and buy myself and put $30 with it and get myself a 7800 XT, an OC version. So that's going to be faster than the B580. Come on, it's common sense, especially with the driver issues they have that have been occurring with those cards. On some of the games that they're not equipped with some of the games. Not when you can buy an AMD GPU that's equipped with all the games. It's common sense. It's common sense, guys. I think we'll have to wait for the reviews and pricing. That would be the best thing to do. If a scalper gets and they sell them on eBay, eBay, they sell them there for $6,000. It's going to be a waste of your time to buy one, because some people, if they want it really bad, they're going to buy it. They're going to pay for it. I don't need a graphics card that bad where it's going to cost me as much as a new car. I don't think so. AMD is using 4 nanometer with the... Yep, we discussed that. Too expensive. People paid $2,600 for a RTX 3080. Yeah, I know. I do agree. I seen that. I was like, never gonna happen. 3 nanometers is the length of 3 hydrogen atoms. That is small. Yeah. Yeah. It's smaller than a human hair, am I wrong? You guys let me know in the comments. It's smaller than a human hair. I mean, you think my eyeballs can see it? And I'm wearing glasses. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes. I've been dry-eyed all day. But you think I could see these little dinky little things? No. No, guys. No. But that's up to you all. If you know, I'm not going to tell you to buy something or not buy something or whatever. I'll give you my opinion on it, and if it's worth it, you know, if I feel, in my opinion, that it's worth the money for the price to performance, I'm going to tell you. But if it's not worth it, I'm going to tell you. So, no matter which way you look at it, I'm going to tell you. And tell you to make sure you subscribe and hit the like button as well. So. Alrighty, guys, we done pulled up 2 hours and 27 minutes right here on the live stream. So, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here. My throat get choked up once in a while. And we got another live stream to go. If you're willing to take the adventure with me on the fact of NVIDIA, and I'll make sure I leave that live stream link for NVIDIA. NVIDIA. I'll make sure I put it in there. There you go. NVIDIA live stream next. I left you a link for that, so you didn't have to go and search for it. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here for a little while. Take a break, eat some lunch, and, you know, sit back and get ready for the 5:30 stream, which will be coming up next. So, reading MTBK's opinion for the 2nd gen Intel Core Sandy Bridge 32 nanometer process. Intel Vice President Muli Eden said, their transistors are 1/2500th of a human hair. That's small. Okay, everybody. We will catch you in, 5.5 hours. Well, actually 5 hours. So, make sure you stay safe and you catch us over on the next live stream, which will be for NVIDIA, which will be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you check us out. I will be getting on the stream at 5:30 p.m. right here. You got the link. You can go over there, set yourself in, and get yourself all strapped in, get your popcorn and get your soda, get yourself set. Or take care of a few errands you got around the house and stuff like that before you jump on the live stream again. So, but anyway, everybody, we'll be back in a little while, and do take care and be safe, and we'll see you on the next live stream for NVIDIA.